Alright, so for today's look, I am going to be using the new Prism palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is the first time I'm using it, so you guys are going to be able to see how it works. And the first color that I'm taking is Eden, and as you can see, I took way too much. This eyeshadow is super pigmented. It's not like the Subculture palette. I know that a lot of people have issues with that one. I tested that one out myself. This one, like Eden, can be a little tiny powdery, but that's because it's so pigmented. So my advice to you is just use a little bit at a time, because as you can see right here, I try not to edit the time that it took me to actually blend this color. I took way too much, so I had to spend a good minute there just blending in circular motions. And yeah, as you can see there, I'm applying it on the upper crease as my first transitional shade. Next, I'm going to be taking the Saturn color, which is lovely, and I'm taking that one with the same brush that comes with this palette, which by the way, it's amazing. I love this brush. And I'm applying this color slightly lower into the outer and V of the eye, and also the inner corners of the eyes. We're intensifying it there a little bit more, and then I'm going in windshield swiper motion to kind of like connect the two. But this shadow blends like a dream come true. And using the other end of the brush, I am blending the same eyeshadows into the lower lash line. I started off leaving the center of the lower lash line blank because I wanted to put the same focus color in there too, but later on I changed my mind, so you're gonna see that there. Here I'm just making sure that I connect the bottom color to the top by applying a little bit more shadow there, and then blend. I love this brush. It's so easy, the fact that you have like two sides, so as you can see, I can always just go back and blend it more. Again, using the smaller side, which is kind of like a packing side of the brush, I took the shadow called Parallel. I'm telling you, I'm loving the names of these shadows. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. I really like Fudge from their collection, like the single one and the one that came, I believe it was in the Amrezy palette, but this one topped it up for me. It was so good to blend, and believe me, this eye that I'm working on right now, I always have an issue blending, and it was super easy for me to blend. So as you can see, I packed it on the inner corner of the lid and the outer V of the eye once again first, and then using the fluffy side of the brush, I'm blending and connecting it into the crease. And again, I went in with a little bit more color, and then I blended again just to make sure that it looks nice and diffuse and blend it beautifully. I'm really impressed with the palette. I don't know if you could tell by now, but I really liked it. I'm very happy. Now I'm taking my eyeshadow base. This is Soft Ochre from MAC. I should really know the name of it because I use it all the time. And using a concealer brush from Sigma, I'm going to be applying this right in the center of the lid. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want the next shadow that I'm applying here to be extra vibrant. I wanted this look to be very vibrant, so I just applied that there as so. And next I'm taking Sphere, which is a neon green shadow. I know a lot of people didn't, I don't know, like they were saying, oh, that shadow looks kind of weird in the palette, but to me, this is what called my name. It just spoke to me, so I needed to use this for the first time. So I'm packing that on in the center of the lid using a MAC 242 brush. You can also use your fingers for this, whichever you feel more comfortable. I wanted to make it extra bright, but then I'm like, you know what? I was going to a baby shower during the day. I didn't want to be that bold. So I left it a little bit subtle, not super bold as I could have made it just by applying more. And then now I'm just applying a little bit more of the brownish colors around the edges to make sure that it blends seamlessly. Then I popped on my lashes. Again, I wanted to keep it a little more daytime appropriate, so I just put on some wispies and no, what do you call that? No liner. Jesus, I can't speak. And then here, what I'm doing is filling in the gap that I left in the center of the lower lash line. Like I told you before, I wanted to put some of the yellow, the neon color, but then I thought it was gonna be a little bit too bright. So for the inner corners of the eyes, I wet my brush first, and I'm using Lucid. This color, it's very unique. It reminds me of the Aurora palette, like the the highlighting kit that she has, because it's kind of like iridescent, like it's very beautiful, but I do feel that you have to use your brush wet in order for it to work really nice. So anyhow, I just apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes, and then using her glow kit, That Glow, I use Summer to highlight my brow bone, and of course I like to go in with the E40 brush, yes, from Sigma. It's a blending brush just to blend around. To blush, to give myself a little bit of a blush, I'm using the Pacifica blush set that I received in one of my Ipsy bags. I think it was the one from last month. And then going back to the same highlight kit, I'm using Summer once again, and just popping that on the high points of my face, like my cheekbones and the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and so forth. And now I'm just applying a brown liner to my waterline. I wanted to keep this as subtle as possible because I was going to a baby shower, so I didn't want to OD and be a little bit too, too crazy, too cray-cray. For the lips, I was going nude because the eyes are a little bit intense, so I am using Strip Down from MAC. And then I believe this is I Woke Up Like This from NYX. It's one of their Tease Me or Tease. I don't know. I think it's Tease. Liquid liners that they came up with, and that it's in my dolls, mis muñecas. This is the final result. I really hope that you guys enjoy this look. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you guys next time. Besos. Bye bye.